17 gift ideas perfect for a photographer or a vlogger. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning and focus combination. I love that bergamot. Love that zing. It's so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a everything day. We're going to be talking about the holidays and gift ideas. A lot of people have asked me, like, what do you use in studio? What do you use in your personal time? What are the products that you use on a regular basis that would be really good gift ideas coming into this holiday season? So I put together 17 of them. Some of actually are products that I have created. Some of them are products that I buy from major manufacturers. I'll put links to all of the products down below in the description as well as the pinned comment, so it's easy to be able to find the products. You don't have to hit pause in between each one. Also, I want to send a shout out over to PureVPN. That is the VPN company that I've been using for the last 3 or 4 months. It's worked out awesome. If you want a VPN to secure your data for your family or your business, 256-bit encryption, as well as like 6,500 servers worldwide, or if you just want a IP address that's simply yours, a static IP address, or do port forwarding, PureVPN will do all of it. The nice folks over there at PureVPN gave me a link. That link will give you a major discount. So for the cost of less than a latte per month, you'll be able to secure your data. Also, if you use promo code JCristina at checkout, you're going to get an additional 15% off. Also, if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, go check them out. They're free. Go over to jcristina.com/books. Once again, jcristina.com/books. So anyways, guys, now that all the housekeeping is done, let's get right into the 17 gift ideas. Perfect, absolutely perfect for a photographer or a videographer. Number 1, it is so mission critical to back up your data. As photographers or videographers, we put a lot of data onto these cards and we need to offload them somewhere. Well, in the field, I like to use these little external hard drives. I found one that was from Seagate. It's like 2 terabytes for literally like $60. It's crazy. It works on PC and on Mac, on your PlayStation if you wanted it to, on an Xbox, whatever. But for $60, 2 terabytes is sick. Then, once you bring it back into studio or back to your home, you want to put it somewhere more secure. And for me, that's an unraid server. Now, if you don't know it, I wrote a book right here, How to Create a Digital Fort Knox, Backing Up Your Digital Life. That takes you, let's say, step by step on how to build an unraid server and then set it up and be able to back everything up. I've been running mine out of parts that I built from my garage that are like 10 years old for about 1.5 years now over there, absolutely flawlessly. If you want to pick up my book and build your own unraid server in a weekend, well, you can do so over on Amazon or my website. It comes in multiple formats, either in hard copy, you can have a signed copy by me, you can get it in PDF, you can get it in an ebook format, any type of format. So check that out. Now, another thing that I think is very important is doing something with all of these, right? I have so many of these cards everywhere, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And some of these cards are not this size, but they're micros that are like that size, right? Now, what the hell do we do with all these? So for me, what I do is I use this product. It's from Proven Wild. It is waterproof. It holds up to like 35 of these cards, and you put them into these slits. And what's really nice about these slits is you can change them. What I do is I have some big CF cards that are more like this, and I'll just cut it a little bit, and now I'll be able to stick these in there also. So it is really good. And what I like about this one is, number 1, it's like $20. But number 2, it is waterproof, not water resistance. The damn thing will literally float in the water. So protect those cards. And having them centralized in one spot instead of everywhere is really quite good. The next thing that we should all have, of course, is a GorillaPod. Joby makes them. There's a lot of other companies that make these like GorillaPod things. They are awesome. You could like secure these things to a tree, to a pole, to your head. Doesn't really matter. It just wraps around everything. The one that I'm recommending, I believe, is like 3 kilograms. So it's about 6.5 pounds it'll hold. They also have like a 5 kilogram. I think that's over the top, and it gets too thick, too big, in my personal opinion. So check this out. They're about $40 or something. It is a really good gift, and I use it all of the time. The next thing is we need to clean our lenses, right? So lens cleaning is very important, and I see so many people that will take like an old microfiber cloth, and they'll be just scrubbing at their lens. I'm like, oh my God. That's all it takes is one little piece of sand. You take that micro and just grind it in there, and it's like, well, that's the end of that filter, or that's the end of the front of that lens, right? You don't want to do that. So I put together what is called Aurora microfiber cleaning cloths, and they come in both wet and dry. So you tear them open, you use the wet first, and then you come with the dry, and then you use the dry. These are microfiber. It's not this paper stuff that you see. No, it's none of that. It's literally high quality microfiber for like under 10 bucks. Really, really cheap. They look like this. You can find them over on Amazon. You see that? There you go. You can find them over on Amazon or over on my website. They are worth every single penny. I promise you. Once you do that wet and then dry, you could use these also on your iPad or iPhone or whatever. Perfectly safe, obviously, because it's safe for optics. But let's say you cleaned all your lenses already with them, and then you want to clean your phone. Go right ahead. You clean your phone with the wet and then go over it with the dry. When you look at it, I swear to God, it looks inky black. There is not a single piece of dust, not a smudge, not a smear, nothing. Just like if you just peeled off that plastic and it's brand new. I promise you. Anyways, 10 bucks. The next thing that I absolutely love and I use daily would be this. This is a TourBox. Let's say it's a glorified hotkey unit. I don't know. I use this for editing all the time. I don't know if you can see this. So you can step through, you can use this toggle here. I step through my videos like this. You have all of these buttons all the way around, toggles, alt toggle. Anyways, I love this thing. It is absolutely amazing. I would recommend it. It's called like a TourBox NEO, I think. It is awesome. I use it every single day. You could also use these things for photo editing, for retouching, for all kinds of different things. Because remember, it is a glorified hotkey unit. So with one hand, you control everything. Very, very cool. The other thing, of course, if you are a vlogger, if you don't have this, you really should. And that would be a Stream Deck. It looks like this. I personally like this one. This is a 15 key or 15 button. All of these are customizable and multifunction. You can do all sorts of things with this. So if you're live streaming, this is great, but you can also use it if you're doing photo editing or if you're doing video editing and assign different keys, different tasks. So you just push one button and it just simply does it. So Stream Deck absolutely is a must-have, great gift. The next thing is a light. Now, the next thing is a light. There's a lot of different lights out there. There's some from Pixel. There's some from Neewer. There is small rigs. There's just a ton of different kinds of lighting rigs that you can get for different price ranges. The one that I just got in just recently is this one. It's by Pixel. Can you see that one? All right. It's pretty large. It's about, I want to say, every bit of like maybe 10 inches by 8 inches or somewhere around there. It's a big one. And this is something that I think is absolutely mission critical if you're doing any type of video, because now you have full control over the light. You can set it for 2000 Kelvin, you can set it for 10,000 Kelvin and dial in the color of the light that you want. So in my opinion, some type of light rig is absolutely a perfect gift for a photographer or a videographer. And having something that actually has these barn doors on it and gives you the ability to shape the light so that you can direct it so it's not just flooding everywhere is also awesome. Now, the next thing is audio. Right now, I'm using an RE20, which is from Electro Voice. The thing is like $500 plus a $300 compressor, plus you're like at $1,000 kit. You don't need all that. I did an entire series on mics over the last year, comparing all sorts of different kinds of mics. One of my favorites that I found that won't break the bank like this one is these Neewer, something like that. These mics are pencil stick mics, very, very small, right? They are XLR microphones. And what's really cool is they have interchangeable at the very top. These things come off and they're interchangeable capsules, right? So you can attach an Omni capsule or a cardioid capsule or a super cardioid capsule. And all three of them come with them. And you get two of these mics which is crazy, for literally under $100. These things are, I would say, by far, for the money, the best value in town. Hands down. Anyways, if you need to clean your sensors, which is something that a lot of people do, I get a lot of questions is, Joe, I have like all these spots, I take a picture of the sky and now I have all these black spots. What is that? Is it on my lens? I don't see anything. Is it inside? It's on your sensor for the most part. A lot of us use mirrorless cameras now. Mirrorless cameras are very highly susceptible to getting just junk inside of them. All right, because you don't have that flippy flip, right? You don't have that shutter banging around in there. So once you pull a lens off, most of them, some of them actually do have a little cover for them internal, but for the majority of them, they don't. You pull the lens off and now everything just jumps in there. And now all of those spots get on your image, and then later in post-production, you have to sit there and edit all those out. Don't do that. I came up with these. They are the Aurora Camera Care. It looks something like this. This one right here, let me see. This one is for APS-C. You can find these on Amazon or over on my website. It comes with 5 cleanings. So instead of spending $100 on getting your camera cleaned, your sensor cleaned, you can use one of these. Very, very simple. It comes with 5, guys. 5 cleanings for like under $25. I don't know, $20, something like that. Cheap, very cheap. And just like those cleaning cloths, you get wet and dry. So you start out with the wet and then you go over with the dry to take off any kind of residue. And now the sensor is perfectly clean. And you get the exact amount of cleaner on that swab every single time because they are pre-moistened. Very simple. Now, the next thing is printing. I think printing is absolutely imperative. A picture is not a picture until it's printed, in my personal opinion. If you stick them on your phone, you stick them on one of these little cards or something, and now the card gets damaged or lost, or your phone goes into the ocean or who knows what, all of those images are lost forever, right? Print, print, print. Have a hard copy. It is awesome, and it's simply fun. I personally like dye subs. I'm not a fan of blowing ink, right? I like dye subs. And I found a dye sub for like just over $100 that I'm putting a link down below to. It is absolutely awesome. And the idea of getting a professional 4x6 like that is just cool. When I used to do a lot of events, we would set up like 6 or 7 dye subs and we'd just have them churning out 4x6s to give to the guests before they leave. Just cool stuff. Also, if you're just with your family, take those photos, print them out, and then hand them to them while they're on the way out of the house, right? I think it's just great to have a hard copy. The other thing that's really cool is if you don't have the money to have a 4x6 dye sub, well, I bought something for my daughter that she just absolutely loves, and it's a Fujifilm Instax Mini. These things are so cool because it's a camera and a printer all in one, and it's like this big. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. It prints out little small pictures, but you know what? It's fun, right? And the camera doesn't have a lot of buttons. You don't need to know anything about shooting. You just need to be able to hold the camera steady, take the shot, it prints it out, and hand it over to your friend. I mean, it is really, really cool. She absolutely loves it. Also, if you want to get your colors right, I ended up making a product about 7-8 years ago called a PRT, or a photo reference tool. It is a gray card and a white balance target that I use all the time. Matter of fact, if you go over to Amazon, you'll see something with a girl with red hair. That's what it looks like. Well, the card looks like this. You have your gray card, you have all your swatches, and then on the back, you have your dual access color control, okay? I'm not gonna get into how this works. Trust me, I use this on every single shoot, and my colors are always right, period. It is extremely easy to use. It doesn't matter if you're doing photo or video. So go check out those PRTs. Now, the next perfect gift idea is a charger. Some type of charger that allows you to charge your phone or your iPad and do it multiple times and not have to worry about electricity, right? I can't tell you how crazy I get when I go out on assignment somewhere, or if I'm out and about, maybe we're hiking around or whatever, on bike rides and the phone's going dead or whatever. Well, I like to use these things, right? And this one is only about, I think, 8,000 milliamps. The one that I'm recommending down below is the same price. It's like under $30, and it does like 30,000 milliamps. It is just incredible. 2 USB ports, USB 3.0, whatever ports. And as you can see on this side, I don't know if you can see it or not. See what that is? That is a solar panel. So what I do with these things is I will leave it on my dashboard, and this thing is always fully charged. I've never charged it. I know there's a wire that goes in the back that you can plug it in to charge it, but I don't need it. I literally leave this in my car, on my seat or on my dash, and it's charged all the time, period. This way I always have enough power to charge my phone like 8 or 9 times, or my iPad like 2 or 3 times with this. Crazy. Anyways, definitely a really good gift idea that's low cost that will be used all of the time. Now, when it comes to backup or battery backup, I highly recommend an APC battery backup. The reason being is a lot of people are using very delicate equipment. Their computers, maybe for me, I'm using a Starlink for my internet. You don't want that thing every time there's a brownout to have to reboot. Brownout, reboot. Or something like, you don't want that. Or a lightning strike and it blows it up or something. Battery backup, absolutely mission critical. APC is the one that I use. It is enough and it's extremely small, and that's why I recommend it. So it's under $100, I think like 60 some dollars, and it gives you like 600 plus VA. So it has plenty of power to be able to be used for 10, 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes, and I'm never having to worry about something rebooting or there's a problem with a lightning strike or something like that. So very small form factor, and that's why I recommend it. Finally, if you have a DSLR still, there's a lot of people that still do. I know a lot of people shoot mirrorless, but if you have a DSLR and you notice that your images are slightly soft, well, a lot of times it is not you. It ends up being this collaborative, let's say, effect between the lens and the camera. Well, sometimes there is a variance, right, as these lenses come together with the DSLR. The manufacturers understand this. They know that. They give you the ability to do these fine micro adjustments so that your autofocus is perfect every single time. So about 10, 11 years ago, I invented this, which is the focus pyramid. This is an autofocus lens calibration tool. You can find it on Amazon or on my website. If you have a DSLR, pick one of these things up, very, very low cost, and you will have, I guarantee you, sharper images after you calibrate your lenses to your bodies. I do this every time I go out in the field. If I have a big event that's going on, I will calibrate my lenses before I leave. This way, my autofocus is absolutely tack sharp every single time. It doesn't matter which lens I snap onto the camera, it will automatically detect that lens and then reset that fine tuning. Perfect. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this list. If you have other great gifts for a photographer, or a vlogger, videographer, put them in the comment area below this video. And as I said before, all of these links will be down below in the description, the pinned comment, it's all down there. If you enjoyed this video, even in the least, please give it a thumbs up. That would be very helpful. Subscribe to the channel and click this little button over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for the end of the vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.